What's going on, everybody, man? How y'all doing? What's going on? What is going on? See, bruh. Shout out to I am Alex What, my moderator. Building. Let's see here. We're going to get rid of that. And Okay, I'll wait to prop that up in a minute. All right, check out the merch. All right, links to the mixtapes. I don't know what time it is. Follow me. Oh yeah, that's what's up. That's a good look. Yeah, probably we only gonna be on here like a couple hours, bro. I'm like, dude, that podcast she was on was like 6 hours long, like damn near 6, 7 hours long. That was crazy. Uh, but the fact that they could even get that kind of time with Candace Owens says a lot, though. Uh, yeah, man. And that is the Cash App tag. Anybody that likes to donate, super chats are welcome as well. M6205, what's going on, brother? Shadow Slayer. Yeah, that is true. And it's sunny. And you know what? Here's the thing. Some people don't like Candace Owens because I guess because of her takes on like politics, like certain takes on politics and other stuff like that. I don't really. Here's the thing. I guess this is one of the reasons why I like Candace Owens because I never really looked at Candace Owens for politics because I never cared for politics. But when it comes to relationships, she's pretty spot on, man. I mean, you got to think, man. She sat down with Andrew Tate, you guys, like, and she didn't go in there trying to hound him, like, and they agreed on a lot of stuff. So it goes to show you, like, what type of woman she really is, like. But that's what happens when you're raised around masculine men. Imagine that. Let men be men. Man, shout out to Jamal Fowler with the $10 cash app. He said for Barry White in the building. Oh man. Shout out to Jamal Fowler. Thank you for that, my brother. Like speaking of which, oh, he said, "Oh, okay, Florida State won today. Oh, okay then." Like matter of fact, reminds me, I need to get caught up with the Bearcat, Cincinnati Bearcats. I ain't been paying attention to what they did since the first game. Um, yeah, man. Yeah, she tries. I'll give her that. Yeah, she exposed. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, man. I appreciate you doing that. I just wanted them to pre-warn them, man. Like, yo, man, that podcast about 6, 7 hours long. I don't know. Like you got to think. I am Alex. What people, I got over 40. I got well, basically 42,000 now, subscribers, and you know, most of my views for podcast live streams are really like on average probably around 1,000, a little over 1,000. Like so, but lucky for them, they got 4,200,000 subscribers. So I'm like they can do that. Minute Man, what's going on, brother? Herman Edwards, man, it's been a while, man. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. That's how I know you ain't been here in a minute, man. You asking me that question. I leave I leave in about a month and a week, about 5, 6 weeks, give or take. Um for Medellin. I'm gonna do 3 weeks in Medellin and then a week in Barranquilla. So yeah, that's when I'll be traveling again. So it's coming up soon. Yep, 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 yep. Yeah, speaking of which, Shorty who called me last night while I was live with y'all last night, she over here hitting me up now. It seems like every time she wanna like talk to me. It's like, sorry, babe, I'm about to go live. Boy, busy. Yeah, I think that's kind of weird because I think it's a time and a place for everything. I mean, damn. I mean, my father just passed away a little over a month ago. You don't think I cried? Like, man, I'm like, I was crying. I'm like, I was crying at Bangkok. I'm like, I really ain't. I'm like, I really ain't start tearing. And then I cried again after he passed, and then cried again at the funeral a couple times up until that. Like, come on, man. Global Passport girl says Shorty stalking you. Nah, nah, she just honestly, Global Passport crew, I look at it like this. She just competing. To be honest with you. That's kind of how I'm seeing it. She just giving your boy the attention. She ain't like sweating me, but she hits me up like just about every day. Let me see who else we got in here, man, real quick. Yeah, CAC in the spotlight. I see you. Um, Rose S, what's good, brother, man? Shout out to Rose S and Jamal Fowler because those are also members of the channel. Yeah, that is kind of weird though. Why would they be mad at can't see you? You know what? I think I know what that is, Jamal. It just dawned on me right now. Think about this, man. Why come they don't have that same energy for a Serena Williams or any other black woman you know that's with a white guy? Why do they only have that energy for Candace? Candace being with a white guy. It's because follow that she doesn't follow that same culture that all those other women that I mentioned that been indoctrinated with. That's why. Like think about that, Jamal. Think about that. Think about all the other guys that all the other women that got white guys and these women ain't saying nothing about them. But when you got Candace Owens who moving and thinking different and talking different than y'all, and she with a white man, oh nah, nah, we ain't having that. What you mean? Like, why you ain't got that same energy for Serena? Why you ain't got that same energy for EVE? Yeah. There we go. Thank you. LA Miles worded it best because she doesn't stay on cold with the sisterhood. That's exactly why they give her a hard time for having a white guy instead of those other women. He well said, my friend. Thank you. Um should give you the option, Nathan. Like you go on one of my videos where it says it should be next to the subscribe option. If you're watching one of my videos, I think that's how it works. Yeah, see, Jamal followed the $10 super chat. He said, I can see that wrong. Most definitely. Facts. Real. Exactly what it is. Oh yeah, shout out, man. Shout out to Maurice, man. One of my new members. Speaking of members, uh, yeah, Maurice. Yeah, Nathan. Oh, you say you might have to join desktop. Okay, I was gonna say because Maurice just joined. Actually, yeah. Last time I checked, that option is always next to subscribe. I thought you can do that on your phone too. I don't know. He's saying bonjour. I'm mad. Uh. Oh yeah, man. My bad for that, brother. I gotta give brother love for the super chat. You know what I'm saying? All right. So I don't want to waste too much time because I'm only gonna be here for like a couple more hours. Let me go ahead and get my fair use up with a boost up. Now because this was a live show, man, I'm not gonna be able to cut out the commercials like I want to. Uh, so y'all just gonna have to bear with me. But yeah, we gonna get into it. Get into it. Let me see here. All right. Yeah, I want to leave this up because I want to be able to, yeah. Okay, because I want to see. All right, I just want to make sure. Oh, okay, it ain't as long as I thought it was. Maybe they condensed it down or something. I don't know, but it's like almost 4.5 hours long. Because there's want to get to right now. I think they're at the part where, yeah, I think they're at the part where they're introducing everybody. So I want y'all to see that. So that way we kind of got a context of where everybody at on the panel. So Luther Kincaid with the $1.99 super chat says, "I'll throw that 50 when you go to." Guessing you mean the Philippines. Said, "But love y'all." All right, man. Appreciate that, man. Uh, I'm salty too, man, because if everything would have went according to plan, I would actually still be in the Philippines right now. But thank you for that, man. Appreciate that. All right. Let me see here. Oh no, wrong button. My apologies, y'all. Yeah, buddy. All right. Think everybody can see that. Should be good. Hold on, hold on. Gotta stop the show. Gotta stop the show. Gotta stop the show. Gotta stop the show. Cash app from Fredericks says for showing support for the show. Thank you for that, my brother. Thank you so much. Give that brother an applause, man. Thank you, dude. Oh man, damn man, they coming in, man. Hold on, man. Shout out to Nathan for Doomageddon was cool, live music, clubs, and loved it. That's what's up, man. Shout out to Nathan, man. Shout out to Nathan. Let me tell you something, Nathan, man. I gotta admit, man, I do miss the Philippines, man. I miss I miss Boracay more than anything, man. I miss that blue water, that pretty blue water, the white sands. everything being within walking distance, everything being cheap, good, cheap food. You know what I'm saying? Like attractive women everywhere. Like it's dope. Like Baraka is lit, bro. I'm like the Philippines, period, bro. But like it's the beaches for me, man. Like real talk. I love the Philippines, man. I love Thailand. I loved Vietnam. I loved Colombia. Everywhere I've been to, man, I've enjoyed it, man, and I loved it. All right, let's see here, bro. See, I think I am caught up now. All right. All right, thank you for those cash apps, brothers. All right, let's get it. Oh, my apologies, you guys.
Yes.
Okay.
There's just something about the fact that Matt's a cat, and he always kind of gives you the impression that he doesn't want to be there, and he just has to kind of lecture us all. Like he's like the classic dad.
Right.
And I just find him to be so funny, even when he's not trying to be funny.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice. Cool. Well, we'll go around the table once more. So, what is everybody's current relationship status? So, are you single? Are you in a talking stage, situationship, friends with benefits, relationship, married, polycule? Are you whatever maybe? So if you're single, how long have you been single, and what's your longest relationship? Starting with you, go ahead.
I'm in a relationship. I have been for about 1.5 years, and my longest relationship is 2 years.
Okay.
I am single, and my longest relationship was probably about 4 years.
How long have you been single?
I've been single for about, I want to say, 1 year now.
Okay.
I'm single. My longest relationship was like around 3 to 4 years, and I've been single since like February, around there.
Okay.
Single. I've been single for 6 years almost now. So
Since you're pretty much 18, you've been single?
Right.
Okay, gotcha. Did you have like a high school boyfriend or anything like that? Or
yeah, I think I dated 2 guys in high school, but it was very
at the
brief.
same time?
No,
Oh,
definitely
separately.
not.
Okay. Okay, gotcha. What about?
I'm sorry, y'all. I got to, man. You've been single, so you've been 6 years. You've pretty much been single since you 18. No boyfriends, no nothing.
She belongs to the streets.
You can't tell me nothing different.
What about you?
So I just got out of a relationship of 6 months with a federal agent, and I am single, ready to mingle.
Federal agents?
Yeah.
CIA? FBI?
Oh.
Coast Guard? Oh, wait, that's not it. Never mind.
Federal agent down in Texas. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Got it. And what's your
on it.
longest relationship you've ever had?
I would say 7 years.
7 years. Were you married or?
I was.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. All right.
I'm currently single. My longest relationship was a little over 1 year, and I've been single for about 1 year.
I just started talking to somebody a couple weeks ago, but I guess I'm single. And my longest relationship was about 3 years.
Wait, sorry, you just started talking to somebody, but you're...
I've been single since February 2022, and so it's really fresh.
Okay.
So I would
got
still
it.
consider myself single.
It's early on. Okay. Candace. what
I'm
about-
married. I'm married. Third child on the way. Third child will be here in 10 weeks.
Oh, you're pregnant right now?
Yes. Are you kidding me? Very
Oh.
pregnant right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
How
But it's good
far?
of you not to assume, right?
Yeah, I
People
don't
might
want
get in
to.
trouble
I
when
don't want.
they-
Yeah, I don't want to
Yeah.
get into any trouble.
Yeah.
You're how far along?
30 weeks.
30. Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Any
Rounding
thoughts
the
on
corner
is it a boy?
Thoughts
girl?
on whether it's a boy? No,
Well-
I have a biological
Well,
understanding that it's a boy.
Okay.
No,
I didn't mean it that
let's
way.
keep
I
the
didn't mean
thoughts
that
out of
way.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's definitively a boy. And I have one boy already at home who's 2, and I have a little girl that's 1. So we're on the back. I've basically
Awesome.
been pregnant for 3 years, so this is kind of my permanent state at the
Sure.
moment. Yeah.
Wow. It's
Congratulations.
yeah.
Thank you,
Congrats.
guys.
And
Thank you.
it's certainly impressive that you still you're working like crazy, and
Yeah, well, otherwise you'll just drive yourself crazy.
yeah, sweet. And how long
That's crazy, man. Like she just keep popping out kids and she still look good. That's crazy, man. Shout out to her.
have you been married for?
4 years.
4 years.
Mhm.
Gotcha. Okay. And you said earlier on that you used to be kind of left leaning.
Yeah, hey, I like that. Right. Man shortage my ass. Jesus Christ. The only ones that are like that are dealing with anything serious is Candace and the first girl on the other end, and she been in a relationship for a year and a half. All the rest of them are single, so that's 6 out of 8. 6 out of 8 women single. I mean, realistically speaking, ain't none of them ugly, but obviously we all know who the least attractive one is. But even the least attractive one, I have some dude that'll try to give her the time of day. We know this, so that's crazy, man. Woo wee, yeah, man, shortage these nuts.
Leaning or super
Definitely
left leaning?
left-leaning.
Okay.
Yeah. Which
Like
I think is
nose
pretty.
ring, pink
No,
hair?
there's no
Okay.
there's no old photos
No?
that are going to
Okay,
surface
okay.
of me in a pussy hat screaming about aborting my children. I'm safe
Gotcha.
in that regard, but I mean, I would say I was definitely on the left, held liberal perspectives, which I think is actually really normal when you're young. I think when you're young, you kind of associate liberalism with freedom, and you're like, well, I mean, even the word sounds better to be a liberal than to be a conservative. So I think that's why they have that quote that if you're not a liberal when you're young, you don't have a heart. If you're not a conservative when you're older, you don't have a brain. So it turns out I had a heart and I do have a brain. So now I'm a conservative.
Shadow Player, you noticed that
but
too?
I'm actually happy that I used to be a liberal because I think I understand why people gravitate toward it. And it helps me better able to communicate to people because I can understand where they're at. Yeah.
Got it. And since I feel like politics is sort of related to dating because obviously I assume most people want to date and partner with someone who has shared values. So let's go around the table. What's everybody's politics? Would you consider yourself, let's say, liberal, moderate, conservative, apolitical?
I mean, I guess I would have liberal stances or what people would call liberal stances. I don't like to call myself a liberal, but that would be where I guess
Progressive,
you would put me.
maybe?
Progressive would be a good word for it. Yeah.
Okay.
If you have water, dampness,
Like I
or a
said,
musty
man, my
smell in
bad,
your
you
basement,
guys.
get help
People don't
now.
let me on that one.
Don't.
I guess liberal.
Okay.
Or liberal.
I consider myself a progressive.
Okay.
I would say I'm is an independent where it's like in between, but kind of more so leaning right, just based off of how I was raised.
How were you raised?
Super conservative, super religious.
Okay.
So
maybe.
Yeah, but I still got a hard time believing you've been single for 6 years and you ain't been out here getting your cheeks clapped. And you look like that. Come on, man. Like, I can't, bruh. And look, tatted up. Look, tatted up and See, now I gotta play it, man. See, come on, man. Because how I was raised and but you bringing all this attention, and I'm just, and you look, and I'm, all right. I'll just act stupid. You feel me? It's like I find it so weird, man. Women call men dumb, and then when men realize what's really going on, then they want men to play dumb. It's like, damn, I gotta join in your delusion just to just so you can feel better. Come on, man. I can't be doing that, bro. I'm sorry. Let's go.
Moderate politically, maybe. Are there some things you're a bit more progressive on, other things you're a bit more
Yeah,
conservative on?
yeah.
Okay. What about you?
Facts,
So when I
man.
started out in my early 20s, I can relate to Candace. I was a little bit more on the left. And then as time has gone on and I've worked real jobs and I've been out in the real world, I'm more to the right. I am independent and I don't like our two-party system. I think it's failed. But I would say I lean more to the right.
Okay.
I was raised very liberal, but I found myself becoming more conservative, especially over the past 3 years. But I wouldn't fully call myself a conservative yet. I would just say I'm still centrist.
Good place to be.
Same. I used to be pretty liberal, but I am very, very conservative.
Oh, you already answered. Okay. Okay, cool. All right. So
All right, so we pretty much got an idea where everybody head at, who's single, pretty much how they view relationships from a political stance. So y'all pretty much know what time it is. I want to see something real quick, man. Let's see. Let me see something because I wanted to see.
Like 10 clients, 12 clients in a day.
Okay.
And that was a lot.
Gotcha. And for you two, has being involved in prostitution, has it had any impact when it comes to your romantic prospects?
Yeah, I've got to be able to be myself and fully disclose, and I need that person to accept me for who I am. Bottom line.
I have had no issues doing being a legal prostitute. I've had no issues being a legal prostitute just because I haven't been dating anybody within this time for that year. As for everything else, it's hard dating. I've ran into a lot of insecure men. Typically, those are the ones that can't handle me doing what I do for work. And
Translation, I'm calling them insecure because they won't accept me screwing other men and being with them at the same time. So any man that can't accept that makes them insecure. Unbelievable, bro. Unbelievable, bro. See, I'm like, fellas, I'm letting you know right now, this is the kind of language women are going to use to try to shame men into accepting their promiscuity and still taking them seriously. This is how they're gonna try to coerce you into accepting it by using exactly what the fuck she just did. I hate that.
Well, just a point of clarification. So you've run into a lot of insecure men, and are they insecure because they don't want to date you because you are currently active as a prostitute?
No, I'm saying I've never dated a guy while I was working at the brothels, at the Bunny Ranch or the Mustang Ranch. But I've been dating guys like between me doing camming and dancing. So that's what I'm talking about.
But you mentioned insecure men. What?
It falls under the line of basically the same thing. What the heck? See, I'm like, just go to show you, man. This woman has no skills. She's all looks, man. Like, that's it. Ain't got nothing else to offer, man. You ain't trying. She ain't even trying to do anything else. Look on Candace's face. Like, damn, that's all this girl got.
What specifically are they doing that makes them insecure? Is it because they're insecure about your work?
Yes, like I've had exes in the past that would cry about me going to work to dance at the strip club.
Okay.
I've had guys try to control like what I wear and say that I can't work at strip clubs or do OnlyFans or whatever.
Oh, sorry. Was there more?
No, and that's
Okay. Is it because they're insecure, or is that just them having boundaries and
I
standards?
feel like that's, I mean, you knew what I was doing before you met me, right? So all of them knew exactly what I was doing before they met me, which brings it to, yeah, if you have a problem with what I do before you meet me, maybe don't get involved with me.
Sure.
I'm very open. I'm a very honest person. You knew what I was doing before you met me. If you don't like it, there's the door. Nobody's making you stay.
I think too.
And you know what? This is one of those rare occasions where I gotta agree with her, because I think there are some guys that do this where they try to change these women. Stop doing that. You can't change women like them. They are a lost cause, man. Use them. You use them what they good for. Keep it moving, man. Recreational use only, man. Trust me, man. It'll save you the headache. Let's keep it moving.
Gentlemen love the idea of dating us, and then once we go to do it, then it's not really realistic.
Right. It's almost like fetish.
A fetish.
Like, you're right.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's so hot. I have a girlfriend that does this, that, and the other. And then when they're really at home and I'm like on OnlyFans or on a call with a client or whatever, they're like, no, this is weird. This is weird. You know what I mean? And that, I think it's an insecurity, yes, because you knew where I was coming from. You knew what I was doing and you weren't okay with it. Then you should have made that a point.
Well, I mean, I suppose you have a point that, I mean, if they knew going in that this is what you do for work, you're a stripper, or you're doing OnlyFans, or you're doing sex work, then I think it's a little bit of a stretch that all of a sudden, a couple weeks or months into a relationship, then they start changing up. But I think to differentiate the conversation a little bit, for example, like let's say, and I don't know if you mentioned this, when it comes to like posting perhaps revealing photos online, not intended for commercial, like they're just on Instagram, but they're not monetizing it. They're not content creators, or like, for example, if they go to the bar, club, party a lot, would you consider it insecure if a guy, maybe 3 months into a relationship, at that point he started having issues with you or with another girl? Hey, he started saying, hey, I don't want you going to clubs and bars anymore.
And he already knew? You're saying he already knew this?
Well, like, I assume he knew. Yeah.
So if he already knew, then...
Well, I guess my framing is prior.
I'm going to just move on, because I can see already that's going to be her excuse for everything. I'm upfront and honest, and I'm like, right. But you strike me as the type of chick that, even though you do what you do for a living, if most men were just upfront and honest with you and say, hey, look, because of what you do for a living, I just want to smash. Is you down or what? 99.9% of the time, you're probably going to say no to these men. So I wouldn't be surprised if some of these guys were just following through with this because they just wanted to smash themselves. You know what I mean? They wanted to get in through the back door, man. That's all. Look, he immediately said that. He said true. I'm like, I think that's what it is, man. That's what I think it is. Keep moving, man. I want to see, let me see here. Want to see, watch where she says something. Yeah, I want to hear them talking about that. Yeah, man.
Have you ever heard of an economy?
Because she actually gave a shout out
taxed
to
into prosperity.
She gave a shout out to the parents.
Giving you historical analysis of what happened in the classroom.
Yeah, I'd
without
be interested.
commentary.
Yeah,
Hold on.
It's okay if you. Sorry, I'll just finish.
Make
this.
it quick if you
yeah,
can.
I'd be interested to see like where exactly you're getting that from. If like later you can tell me or whatever.
Thomas Sowell inside the education system, and he has
Okay.
all of the sources listed in the back of the book.
Okay, because at least in modern day, do you think that any of that has flipped or no?
No, I think we've become, you know, there was, to use a term, I was actually talking about this yesterday on a podcast. I thought it was pretty brilliant. Paul Joseph Watson, I love his YouTube stuff. And he started talking about hoflation, which is like,
that's a thing.
Actually hilarious, which he's saying that men used to have to do a lot less and get a very high value woman. He's like, so think about your grandparents and your grandmother. She was a high value woman. She, you know, she raised the kids. She was conservative. She was beautiful, all of these things. And now we live in this moment where everyone's kind of a hoe and you have to work harder to get a woman that doesn't have any self-respect or any value. And I just thought it was a really interesting video. It was obviously funny, but he was saying something. And we live in hoflation now, where everybody in their own capacity is selling their bodies. And unfortunately, these are the options that men have. No, I'm not saying, it's stunning to me that women talk about what men need to be and what men need to be, but I think just kind of the complete disintegration of, when I look at, you know, what my grandmother looked like in picture. She passed in 2013, and just how classy and how beautiful and how much I wanted to be like her. And now I look at, you know, women today and I just think, man, I feel bad for guys that, you know, that the pool is getting smaller, but also it's really positive for women that are conservative and, you know, who it means that you're part of, you know, maybe a smaller pool of individuals. I see it a lot more in the South, and that men should aspire to pursue those women. Absolutely.
Yeah, speaking of which, man, you know, I'm gonna be going to Oklahoma and New Orleans later on this year after I come back from Columbia. So that you know, so if that Southern hospitality shows your brother any kind of love, that'll probably be the last chance, man, for these US women, man. Otherwise, your boy real. Let's go.
To raise their families and, you know, to raise their kids.
Do you co-sign on the hoflation theory?
I believe. Yeah. The women today are very low value. And so it's funny because the simulation is like, men ain't shit is kind of the thing everybody's saying. Don't need a man. And it's funny that someone brought up Beyonce, because she's living the exact opposite of what she's singing. She's just making money because she knows how to make money in a hoflationary environment. You know, smart woman. She's like, I'm just going to pretend to be a hoe, but then actually privately, I'm going to be like super like.
Hold on. You wanted to come in, then you
look. I'm like, look, you can tell they are so bothered. You had about 2-3 women raise their hand while she was talking. Good God, man, dude, how do you say you liberal without saying you liberal? Blah, whatever. Oh man, but yeah, bro. Trying to think. Oh yeah. Justin with the $5 super chat says, "Passport bros, we up, showing support to you, my Ohio brethren." Brethren, man, thank you for that, my brother. Thank you for that. My bad, you guys. I wanted to make sure I caught that first. Yeah, man. Let's get it.
Please, if you can, try to keep it brief because I need to get to chat.
I was just going to say that my version of sex education, or my sex education, was literally them showing us a birthing photo or video. Sorry.
Yeah, in 4th grade.
That terrified me, and I was like, actually, I don't think I want to have sex for a long time. I think I'm good.
Right, but her whole body is tatted, from what I can tell. Jesus Christ! Like, I'm scared of having sex, but you know what though? I'm like, I'm gonna take all these needles of ink though, and I'm supposed to expect to believe 6 years, y'all, and she look. Come on, bruh.
Go ahead.
And like, speaking of hoflation, I mean,
realistically, man, I'm like, bruh, if you look around the table, she's probably one of the more attractive women at the table, and I'm supposed to believe you've been single 6 years and you ain't been getting it in, and you look like that. Her? And I don't know if y'all noticed, bro. Like her sleeves tatted too. Like, you know what I mean, she got that long sleeve shirt on, but she got tattoos on her arms too, bro. I mean, like these two literally look like what they do for a living. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, they can get it, but I'm like, you know what I'm saying? She mid as French toast. Yeah, she alright, she cute. I'm like, come on, bro. I can't, bro. I can't, man. These women be capping, bro.
We're always trending, apparently, right? Because
Who's we?
hoes.
Mhm.
Because without us hoes, you wouldn't have like that many views to be watching, right? You have hoes come on the podcast to talk about our.
I'm not knocking hoes.
Well,
I don't want to be a
hoes,
hoe.
I'm saying,
I don't want to be a hoe.
I'm saying you have hoes, and when I say you have hoes coming onto the podcast, you know you're a hoe.
You
You're
mean
a
a
hoe.
literal hoe or like more of the
That's
colloquial?
Brian's dream.
You know what I mean?
You have hoes, Brian.
So you sit
What?
here and you want to bash sex workers, but you know we come
When
on
did
here.
I
we
bash?
bash
When did I
everybody.
bash?
Anybody.
I don't think
Yeah.
anybody has
There's
bashed.
very
He's
little
bringing you
bashing.
on here and giving you a
Keep it
platform
on to
to
the street.
speak. So I
Yeah.
think that if he was going to be bashing you, he wouldn't even allow
But
anybody
making
on.
us
The hero
making
of
us
Keep it on
seem-
to the street.
Wait, what do you mean making what?
making us seem
Keep it on
like
to
I'm not
the
making
street.
anybody seem
hoflation,
any
you know,
sort of
like
No, I'm just talking
we're
about a video.
trending.
Oh, I'm-
we're a trending topic, so it's relevant to speak on
because it's interesting.
Wait, what?
It's
Yeah.
fascinating. I am
That's what I'm
fascinated by
Keep it
hoes.
on
I'll
to the
say it.
street.
I'm absolutely fascinated by the way the hoe mind works, the way the hoe hive works. I'm fascinated.
Next
I cover it on
documentary.
my show. You
And
are
it is
correct. It
trending.
is
I'm
trending.
saying, and that's why
When
it's such a
Emma
hot
gets
topic
up
to
and does a
speak about.
video and says something like, you know, it's chic to be divorced before you're 30. It is absolutely fascinating to see how someone's mind can be so warped. You know, in the same way that I think it's fascinating when anybody does anything crazy or says anything crazy, and I cover it on my podcast. You know, I am not knocking it at all. I just tell people what the facts are. You can choose this lifestyle, and here is where you are 99.9% likely to lead in your life. Right? You are probably not destined for marriage. You're probably not destined for a stable relationship. Men are going to not want this long term. You can say it 1,000 times. You can have 1,000 cultural examples, and women's still got to go out there and be hoes, you know, because they're about their money and about a Cardi B song or whatever it is.
Right,
So yes, I
Marie.
think it is fascinating. And it is why I wanted to, you know, this is why I talk about it on my podcast and why I'm very interested to talk to you guys. I hope you guys feel that I've been respectful and listening to, you know, your lifestyles, even though it's so different from mine. And so I appreciate Brian for hosting.
Well, thank you for coming, Candace.
Oh, your feelings hurt. Oh, you know what?
We do not care.
Seriously, man. Oh yeah. Yeah, he about to answer.
Let's see. I have a couple chats here, and then I have one more question, and then I think Candace will have to leave here in a moment. We have Yvonne. Oh, okay.
Modern Life Dating donated $199. Hey Candace. Thank you for being a voice of common sense and a good representation of being a decent woman in today's modern perverse time. What are your thoughts on the passport bro movement of men leaving America for better wives abroad?
Hey, John, thank you very much for the TTS.
See what?
Maybe a brief little snippet on this, if you can.
Yes. Yeah, I think that you can find higher quality women in other places. Like I married an Englishman. I think America.
Are you a passport?
Passport
Not a
dating.
bro, but
passport
like
cis.
a passport cis.
Passport cis.
There you go.
Yeah, I think that America has really lowered the cultural standards for
Mm.
women more than any. You don't see this kind of even the way women dress in America compared to
Mm.
England fascinates me. And so yeah, I think find a wife, do what you gotta do, but also don't discount the South because there are so many good women in the South in America. Come to Tennessee. They're wonderful.
I have heard something kind of interesting on this is that you have a lot of men in the West, a lot of men in the US going overseas to try to find perhaps a wife who's a bit more feminine or, you know, whatever they're not finding here in the West. But you don't hear of men from other countries in droves coming to the US to find a wife here. You don't really hear that. So, all right, we have.
Damn, he just took a dig at y'all, bro. Oh my god. 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 Ooh, wee. Shots fired. Shots fired. Shots fired. Ooh.
Fatality.
That was tough. That's tough. Jesus. He just went in on y'all. Man, bruh. Ooh wee. Mm-mm. Okay, I'm just over here, man. I'm just checking out. I'm over here looking at y'all comments in the chat. Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, mandatory paternity test is mandatory. Yeah, that is official in Tennessee now. So yeah. Hey, can one of you, one of my moderators, drop my cash out for Carlos Noble, please? He said, "Look, they butthurt after you said it right. Like y'all supposed to be so great, man." I'm like, ain't y'all don't hear about men coming in droves, coming over here to try to get y'all. There it goes, Carlos. Thank you for that. I am Alex. What? Like these women know better. That's why I don't even know why passport sisters trying to be a thing. Like for real. Like y'all don't got the same leverage overseas like y'all do over here, man. Like stay y'all asses over here and sit y'all asses down. Trying to see what else. Because I want to see what else she was talking about. Yeah, it says something about Candace.
Producers, how would you like samples that make you react like this?
It's meaningful to me.
Wait, just one point of clarification. So you're a sex therapist?
As
Yeah.
sex workers, we're basically sex
I mean,
therapists.
I don't have a counseling degree. I have a master's degree in education.
We have
I'm
an
a teacher.
article. You recently kind of went viral. Nick, can you pull up the article? Like, New York Post.
Yeah.
New York Post. I'm a sex therapist.
Oh,
I sleep
man.
with clients to save marriages.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God, yeah, we got to check this out. Because I want to see it. Because I remember her saying something about this. My apologies, brother, man. I'm slipping, man. It's been a while since I've seen you, Mr. Bobby Wright. He said you going to Rio next year for Carnival. I might go. At the moment, February is gonna be Colombia for me as far as Carnival goes. But if there's a possibility that they're not doing Carnival at the exact same time, I could always try to figure out a way to go to both. I mean, since Brazil and Colombia is so close. But I know they celebrate Carnival around the same time. I'm just not know if it's like the exact same time, but I know they both celebrate in February. So I don't know. I mean, I might look into that because I want to go to Brazil. I think I want to go to Brazil next year anyway. So I will look into that, brother. All right, let's keep it moving.
I didn't
They
realize
went
you were this
crazy.
person. I did see.
Did you reacted to this, or you saw
almost
it?
did, but I'm here.
You're here now. So,
Perfect.
Nick, can you pull up the article really quick?
Yeah.
One more. Sex therapist Olivia Bentley. Wait. Nick takes a hands-on approach with her clients by sleeping with them. I've saved marriages. The Boise, Idaho native told Kennedy News, calling her work life-changing. I get physically involved with the majority of the people I see. I think that's part of the appeal. The veteran sex worker who spent 15 years in the industry claims that women have asked her to demonstrate sex acts on their husbands, while some wives grant their eager hubbies a hall pass to pay Bentley a visit. Good times.
Yeah.
Is that pretty accurate? I mean, so
Yeah.
you save marriages by having sex with the husband?
Well, I think the tabloids went a little crazy.
Oh, they
with
okay.
the whole,
okay.
you know, but
New York Post is known to.
Yeah.
Okay.
They really, you know, went wild with it. But I do help a lot of couples that come in. One right now is asking me to lend a hand, and he's more of a beta, and she'd like him to be more of an alpha, and she wants me to work with him on being more just outwardly in control and aggressive in the bedroom, things like that. There's a lot of different psychological needs and reasons why people would want to come and work with professional sex worker.
Sure. Candace, it seemed like maybe you had something.
I think
on
it's the
this.
most outrageous thing I've ever heard. It's so in the realm of like dragons and mythical creatures, and mythological creatures. It's hard to respond
She
to the idea that she's saving marriages.
She said it's right up there with mythical dragons. Bruh. Yo, why she is going ham. I'm weak, bruh. Not dragons though.
It's just
There,
You're in disbelief.
I'm actually
Here's another
in utter
believe.
disbelief that she is saving marriages.
Here's another example.
Sure.
Okay.
So like, and this has been, there's multiple clients that do this, where the wife will not have sex anymore. She
Right.
went and said, look, you know, when they were courting each other, she was down for sex. She was a sexual person. She was all about it. Then let's fast forward. They're married. We're married now. Contract solidified. I don't want to have sex anymore. Ew, oral sex is gross. Oh, that's demeaning if you're asking me to do that.
So you're not saving marriages. You're helping people to keep up a farce that they are in a marriage. Because at the very moment that you let someone else into your marriage, it's no longer a marriage.
No.
Yeah.
And
These
guys will
women,
come in-
no,
so
these
guys-
women have turned
guys-
around and said, I will allow you to see a professional.
So they are not in a marriage. That's the
Well,
point.
they're
as soon
married,
as you
Or
lend
some of
your
their
spouse
wives are
out,
like dying from cancer and this, that, and the other. And
If I'm dying from
even-
cancer and
and
my
somebody
husband
sleeps
goes
with
to sleep
somebody
with somebody, I
else,
swear to God.
and
There
their
are
husbands,
wives
their
that are
wives
Guys,
are the
one at a
ones that
time.
come.
Hold on, just one at a time, please. Go. Candace, were you?
I just would like to make the point that at the very moment that you loan your spouse out, especially if you're dying of cancer, so that they can get off, you're no longer in a marriage. So it's just a farce. It's like it's a comical. You're pretending for people that you're in a marriage, that you're in a loving relationship. That's not what a marriage is. So to say that I help marriages, no, you help destroy marriages, and they can go out and say that we're still married because what we've done is we've essentially said, you take care of this aspect of the marriage. It's like saying you raise the kids, you have sex with him. This isn't a marriage. It's the whole thing is fake, right?
What do you
Go
think
ahead.
that they should
I'll bring
do?
you in next.
What do you think that
They
these
should work on their
circumstances-
marriage together. The union between a husband and a wife should work on their marriage together to fix it. You don't bring out an outside person to sleep with your
But
husband
if
or your
she's
wife.
saying, I'm not down for sex,
Then she
I
might be
want
down for a
you to- I want to
divorce.
outsource the sex.
What if
I
she's
want
going
you
to die from
go to this
cancer and
professional.
she
One
wanted him and she allowed him to do that because he needed to get off some way or shape?
While she was dying of cancer, one of the last things on her mind was,
This is a real life. This is a
Well,
real life.
he shouldn't want
This is a
to.
real life. Yeah, this was a real. I'm asking you.
And is that what he told you?
This, yeah.
That
So
his wife that's dying of cancer wanted him to come have sex with you?
not with me. One of this is from what I've heard. Yes.
Somebody told you
Right.
that there's that as a dying wish. My
Yes.
dying
So
wife
how would
said,
you
"Please
want
go
that?"
have sex with a prostitute?"
saw it
at a
on TikTok.
brothel." I'm just going to call bullshit on that altogether.
No,
I just don't
because
think
it does
when you're
happen.
dying of
It
cancer,
happens.
going through leukemia.
People will literally bring their guys here.
Please
Okay.
bring them on the
Okay.
podcast.
I just want to
Essie,
say
go ahead.
that
Most
okay,
absurd
it's
scenario I've ever heard in my life.
there's
a lot of crazy shit has
There's
been asked
marriage
for in
counseling
brothels.
where they can take you
Many
through sex
things.
therapy where you don't have to sleep with somebody else. If
Yep.
it's about a woman not wanting to have sex anymore, what's the underlying reason? Are her hormones messed up so she's not wanting to be sexually active? Is
Oh, I
there
have
not
good
enough
one next.
foreplay when they're having sex? Like there's other avenues you can take for
Yeah, there's,
sex
like,
therapy.
normal couples counselors.
Yes.
Real couples
Just, like,
counseling,
regular.
where you try to solve the problem and you
Yeah.
release it, and you don't just source it out to a prostitute.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Basically. And look. Oh my God. There it is, you guys. Look at her, man. The 1,000. Oh man. The 1,000 you know what's there. Look at it, man. There it is, man. She got the BJ hair too. Damn, I'm an asshole. Oh my oh man. Y'all goofy, man. Y'all. Oh yeah, man. Which reminds me, man. Apparently this woman finally came out of hiding and spoke. I might do a video about that next, man. I have to check that out, man. Let's want to see some more of this.
The cancer thing is crazy.
It's just the most absurd.
The cancer thing is
He lied.
crazy.
He lied.
But
Yeah, I would say he
outside of
probably
that,
lied.
I don't think that it's up to any of us what constitutes a marriage because every relationship is different.
Well, the Bible.
If a husband, okay, but
These words
if you're
have
not,
meaning.
Not,
Not
everyone is
everybody is-
religious.
not
Well,
everybody
wait, hold on. Is
like
that a
saying,
cross
It
necklace?
doesn't constitute like what do you?
Wait,
Yeah.
okay, really quick.
Not everybody's
Since we're talking
religious.
about religion, really quick. Okay, you have a cross necklace, but then your shirt says "Made in Hell."
Yes, it
Can you-
does.
I'm a little confused.
Ironic,
Can you?
Did you know that there's a simple combination of natural ingredients that will help you poop out pounds of old rotten waste in your colon within just...
I mean,
I'm a little confused.
the stone is red, so it matched, you know.
Why are you wearing a cross
Are
on
you
your neck?
color coordinating with your necklace?
Because I don't see a cross as religious, so
Okay.
I
Just
thought
like
the
you
necklace
don't
was
see a
cute.
marriage as religious. So, these
I don't
words
think that
they
a
don't
marriage-
have meaning. This is why it's like we're at a stage where people are like, what is a woman? Because they just go, well, we're going
Oh.
to call it a marriage, but we're going to sleep with other people. We're going to bring in prostitutes. We're going to outsource raising the kids, or we're never going to have kids. You're calling it a family. It's not a family. And this is what it is. The words have no meaning, right?
Thank you. Look, he said somebody hit that ding. This is what I'm saying, bro. This is what we're dealing with, bro. We're dealing with women who want to redefine everything and make it their own. Oh man, it's annoying.
I'm wearing the cross. Why? I don't know. I don't think of it as religious. Okay, well, Jesus Christ died on the cross.
You think that.
That's what you think.
Wait.
It's
That's
been
what you
proven.
think.
So why are you wearing the
proven.
cross?
And
Because I think it's
worker
cute.
is
You
a
just think that the
more
design is cute.
Yeah.
better
wait,
term.
really
I
quick.
grew up
Okay.
Rather
Catholic.
than
I was religious, and I'm not
prostitution,
anymore. I
being
don't have to
called-
believe in what you believe, and I can say that if
I didn't say
somebody's-
you had to believe. I asked you a question.
But
I
you're
said, why are
telling
you
me-
wearing the cross?
Okay, and you're saying that the religion.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, bruh, triggered. They are so triggered.
aspect of marriage is the only thing that matters. It's not because people don't follow what you believe.
Yeah.
Okay, I asked you why you're wearing the cross, and you said because you thought it was cute.
Yeah,
I'm
and I
glad
do.
we got an answer. She's wearing the
Okay.
cross around her neck because she thinks it's cute.
I do.
Would
I'm
you
not religious.
also wear like a Star of David?
It's cute.
As
Well,
like
because-
if it was cute, would you wear
Well,
it?
okay, well,
I just
don't know
mean like
where we're going.
I'm
where this is
asking that
going.
because I wonder,
Well,
like
I
my
have-
guess is that you would think that maybe you wouldn't wear a Star of David because you're like, oh, this is maybe like disrespectful to people who are.
Are you making the
Jewish.
argument? Maybe. I mean,
No, I'm just
the secular.
It's a very
here,
good question.
I'm just saying.
devil's advocate here. Secular argument. Someone might just say that the cross is just maybe it's more aesthetically pleasing even for an atheist. I don't know.
Sure,
I
but
don't know.
liberals
Okay,
are all
look.
about like having
Would you wear, like,
respect
a
and
yarmulke 'cause
tolerance.
it's,
So
like,
I'm just
cute?
like wondering if you
I'm
think
asking
it's
if would you wear a yarmulke? That's
I think those are very
Oh, are
different
you talking
things.
like
Why is the
blasphemy?
cross
I'm saying-
different from the
I'm-
yarmulke?
I'm just
I mean, I was
asking-
raised Catholic, and that's just
Would
not
you
something
wear
that
a
I believe
yarmulke
anymore.
if you thought it was cute?
No, I wouldn't. I mean, a yarmulke is completely different than
No,
a cross
it's
that's been
not.
adapted
There's
into different. You can
symbols
buy a
of,
cross
like, a
necklace anywhere.
There's symbols of a
Okay,
religious.
the argument of why it's different basically would come down to like how Catholicism has been practiced versus Judaism, in the sense that like Catholics did use the cross symbol, tried to place it like in indigenous populations, tried to spread it as much as possible, and that's why in modern day a lot of people think that's like more okay because it was meant to be popularized. It was meant to be a symbol that the masses should look up to and should see in general, versus Jewish symbols.
Okay.
I would argue didn't go through that.
I think we're kind of derailing a little bit. You wanted to come
okay,
in. Go ahead.
yes. So back to the interesting brothel stories. I wanted to say we do actually have men coming in.
Man, you know what, man? I'm gonna hit you with this, man.
You lose. We do not care.
Seriously, man. Like, we don't. Like, why are you still trying to serve that up, man? We don't care. Haram! That's what I need next. I need the haram! Oh, what the hell? Let me see this, y'all.
Oh.
I want you to sleep with another man or sleep with another woman so that I can fill my sexual fetish. I mean, it's an utter perversion of what it means to be married, and it will lead to divorces. People that have this perspective will, and I'm not saying that if you don't do it, you won't get divorced 100%, but I do want to say that there is probably a reason that a lot of sex workers struggle to find people that want to marry them.
Well, can I say a lot
I
of the
disagree.
perversion that comes if you are not.
Of course you disagree because you're a sex worker. And it hurts your feelings. But most of y'all struggle with dating because most men don't want to take y'all seriously. Because they're going to look like idiots if they do. And y'all don't see it that way because y'all don't look at nothing logically. That's why.
Not going to be acceptant with your partner if he comes to you and is like, hey, I really like getting pegged. I want you to peg me. And you're like, ew, that's so disgusting. Like, I would never do that. You want me to eat your ass? I would never do that. Well, then, okay, what are you going to do? Divorce him? Or what are you going to do? Realistically, I'm asking you I'm asking, hold on. I want to know, what are you going to do? That's your husband. He's like, hey, babe.
I think one of the things about marriage that's really beautiful is I know what my husband, before we got married, I think I know who he is.
But things change, and maybe he wants to start exploring.
He wants to start doing what?
He wants to start exploring, and he's like, oh my gosh, maybe I do want you to like eat my ass, and I kind of want you to peg me. Like I kind of want anal penetration from you because you're my wife and you're so beautiful and hot. And we're married and we have kids together, and I'm feeling a little bit kinky. And I, with you, since we have this special marriage and bond, how would you feel if we could just try this out just this one time, babe, please?
I think it would probably indicate to me that my husband was involved in some perverse world, whether it was through pornography, that something else was happening on the side, because these aren't normal things that people just think of when they wake up.
So
like,
what's your next
I'd
move?
really like a strap-on dildo.
Okay, right.
Well,
so what's your
also,
next move?
What's the ultimatum? He's going to divorce me if I don't pay.
Here's what I find interesting. You notice how she just keeps agging her on. Okay, so what's your next move? Okay, so what's your next move? Okay, so what's your next move? Fellas, this is an example of a woman moving the goalposts over and over and over and over again because her need to be right is more important than reality itself. These are two different women that are living in two different realities, and this woman needs to make up these bizarre ass scenarios, these very, very rare, highly unlikely to happen scenarios, so that way she can prove herself to be right. She's talking about this scenario like this happens in mass. This is what I'm talking about, man. This is what women do, man. They argue an exception to the rule because because of the need to be right. It's crazy, man.
So what's your next move? Crazy. I would think that individual would probably need therapy and not the kind that you give.
Okay. And but you're gonna stay with
you
this person?
You don't immediately divorce.
Okay.
Marriage is
You're gonna
about
say-
working through issues and working through problems.
Okay,
You don't immediately
right.
divorce them. And this gets back to what she was saying about if your
Because-
husband, if suddenly a woman doesn't want to have sex, which would be another huge issue in a relationship, I would hope that my husband wouldn't instantly divorce me, but I would hope that they would
Well, some
take
guys
the
are terrified of that, and some guys don't even feel like they can open up to their wives about that. Sounds
Sounds like they need therapy.
They
Then
need
if they
therapy.
can't open up to
And
his wife.
yeah, I
You gotta
know.
work on your
But
marriage.
the thing is that they'll come to us talking to us about that. You know what I mean? So it's just like,
and I think
don't know.
that's
I think
unhealthy. And I think that.
So in other words, you're just trying to solidify what you do for a living as being effective. So that's basically her whole point. Again, exception, man. Exception. Congratulations, lady. You're the exception to the rule. You want a sticker?
The fact that sex workers exist as this, what you believe to be a solution, when in fact that's a detriment, because you're getting in the way of the wife and the husband being able to communicate. And so I would much rather my husband go, if there was an issue and your wife's not having sex, I'd rather him go talk to a priest. I'd rather him go talk to another male. When males sit down and talk about, hey man, you should talk to her about this. I'd rather him.
What man
let
nowadays
me
is
finish
gonna
my
do
statement.
that?
I'd rather him. What do you mean, bros talking to each other about things? That's a normal. I'd
Especially
rather,
about
if I have an
sex, I
issue
feel
in
like
my,
that's pretty
it's
normal.
pretty normal. I'd rather go talk to my sisters about things that are going on
No,
in my
I said,
marriage.
what
There's a
man?
lot of steps you can take before you talk to a prostitute about your marriage. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I live in such a crazy.
Well, I'm
place,
saying, what
but
man is
I
willing
don't know.
to do that?
Turn on a
Because
Taylor
apparently we
Swift
get a lot
song,
of those on
cry
this
a little
side,
bit in
is
my
what I'm saying.
room. I don't know. There's a lot. I would turn to
Wild
Taylor Swift
proposition.
before I would go to a prostitute about
Well,
my marriage.
I
And
know, but you're not a male, so
No,
I'm just saying, like,
men can talk to
where-
other. What are you talking about? There's all of these podcasts of men talking to men and being inspirational and talking about porn addiction and talking about the things that are corrupting men's minds. That's out there.
Okay,
and
I
those
know
are
that.
I would much rather my husband listen to those men,
Right.
and look for guidance, whether it's in the church,
I
whether
hear
it's on a
you.
podcast, whether it's a spiritual leader, than to turn to a prostitute in a brothel.
I hear you.
So there's a lot of steps that you can take from we're having an issue in our marriage to my husband's at a brothel laying next to a prostitute talking about
Yeah, I
issues
don't
in my
think
marriage.
I
a lot
think
of men
actually,
are
let me just step in really quick. I do think though, I would like to redirect the conversation, because I do think it's probably a very small portion of people who are married are seeking to bring in a prostitute for the husband. It just seems like such a small kind of, I don't know. What's up? Really?
Haven't I been saying that for like the last 10, 20 minutes, y'all? Or at least the last 5, 10 minutes. That's literally what I've been trying to say, man. And look, and she know it too. That's why she got that look on her, that smug ass look on her face. Them tig old biddies, though. She look good in that orange, though. I clap the cheeks, though. She can get it. But that's it, though. That's all she getting, though. You know what I mean? Test that gag reflex. See what that's talking about, G. All right, let's keep him. Oh man, let me see something, man. Like, was there something? Because I think it was something else she spoke of that I wanted to speak on, man.
But it might not necessarily be related to that you're now doing OnlyFans.
Yeah, I also don't do nudes on OnlyFans, so it's just like.
Hold on, man. Bro, this is the same chick that said she been single for 6 years and is leaning towards conservative, but she has an OnlyFans and she tatted up and she looks like that. I'm not letting that chick slide, bro. I'm not letting her slide.
She belongs to the streets.
I'm telling you, bro. She capping, bro. This one right here. Bro, at this point, paying to see women naked is just as pathetic to me. At this point, when you got pornography that's free on the internet, And if you really gonna spend the money, I'm like, you might as well just spend the money and get the whole shebang and get what you really want in the first place. Right. Thank you, bro. Like, man, I'm she's cat.
Like lingerie content.
Oh, okay.
So I think
All
that
right.
also maybe helps because
Sure.
yeah.
Okay. Question here for Candace. So, what are your thoughts on OnlyFans, sex work, and do you believe that a woman doing OnlyFans or porn might have an impact on her future romantic prospects? And if so, how and why? I can repeat it. That was a lot, so let me know if you need me to repeat anything.
I talk about this extensively on my show. I mean, the truth is that if you are going to engage in sex work, you are going to probably make a lot of money, especially if you're young. You're on a very tight rope as you get older. Your value goes down, and men are going to want women that are younger and available to them. I'm talking about in terms of just making the person who will subscribe to your OnlyFans page. You know, obviously, women, you're declining as you age, and the truth is that high value men don't want to date women that are sex workers or even women that aren't sex workers and lean into the whole talking about how sexy and are freely available on the internet for other men to see. What we're talking about is biological proclivity. What men are doing when they first say, this sounds amazing to date a stripper or to date a prostitute or to date a sex worker, is there's this instinct to have sex. It's going to be amazing when have sex all the time. But then when they realize that actually a form of wanting to be in a relationship is feeling that there's a mystery to a woman, that there's something that's yours, there's something that's sacred, there's something that's powerful and beautiful that just you share. And when they realize that they have to share that with other men, it completely diminishes the man. A recent cultural example of that, obviously, is what's happening with Nina Agdal. She's not a sex worker by any means. She just kind of said some sexy things on the internet about wanting cock, and look at what...
Was not expecting that from Candace.
I'm quoting her directly, so this is purely academic. Purely academic. And look at what happened. You know, now Logan has become the laughing stock of other men as they piece together everything that she's ever said that's overtly sexual. And again, she's not a sex worker, but what happened is her value just completely plummeted because they're this thing that men need to feel. And I don't want to say possession in a way that sounds bad, because it's not bad. It's actually really beautiful. And I'm lucky and fortunate that I get to experience that in my marriage, and it's something that women should strive toward. Women that make those exchanges in their youth, I think that's sad, and I do feel bad for Nina Agdal, is because she said a lot of those statements when she was really young. She's probably your age. And she had a camera and she said it, and it lives forever. Right. And now every man that she dates is going to say Dylan Danis has made her available to everyone. And I hope things work out between her and Logan, but if you don't think that that's going to impact Logan or that's not actively impacting him as a man, it is. So with women, it's a trade-off. First thing you said was, I make money. This is about money. It's about money. But when it comes down to marrying these women, men just don't want it.
And that's exactly.
Now, before Airhead get to chirping, I want to chime in on what she had to say, because oh man. You know what? This is really, really, really sad, man. And you know what? Because be honest with you, there's so much going on. I didn't even think about covering it. But this issue with Logan, man, Logan Paul, he looks like the biggest idiot right now. I don't know if y'all seen that video of, as far as I know, still his fiance, when she was on that video saying that she gave a dude top in the stadium. Like that was the craziest place she ever had sex at. But she made Logan wait. She made Logan wait. Nah, bro. And there's just more stuff coming out making you look bad. Like now, all of a sudden, see, this is a prime example of I didn't, you know what I mean? I made the beta wait and I made the and the alphas. I just let them have their way with me. I just let them run through me. She is the prototypical example of what men talk about in this space when it comes to modern women. Exactly. Because he bragged so much about her making him wait. Bruh, facts. These are facts. What I think is wrong with some of these guys is a lot of these guys that get rich, a lot of these guys that get rich, bro, they didn't have women or they didn't have access to those quality of women from a physical standpoint at such an abundance before they had money. And because of that, I think these guys get overwhelmed and they choose badly. I think that's what happens. That's why I say all the time, man, God didn't want me to be rich, because if I was in their shoes, I wouldn't get married. I would just have surrogates for whenever I want to have children, and I would just have women to hook up with and pay a woman to take care of the house, and and maybe take care of me from time to time, whenever it's convenient. That's about it. I'm like, that's what I would do if I was rich. If I was in any of these guys' shoes. I'm like, that way I'm not losing my access to anybody. You ain't about to try to run up a bag on me by marrying me and then leaving once it's 5-10 years in. None of that. Nope. Like Mark Cruz say, smash dash and save my cash, man. Shout out to Mark Cruz. Oh man. Yo, that's about it, man. I think I pretty much covered all the points that she went over. She was definitely cooking, bro. She cooked on this show, man, for sure. She definitely cooked. Yeah, they really don't, man. They really don't. That's why you're starting to hear about more. That's why you're starting to see more of those guys slowly creep into this space on YouTube. Like some of your most famous RP content creators they've been reached out to by like famous basketball players and athletes and stuff. So like it's a real thing, man. Like I think that's another reason why women don't like this space, especially women like Brittany Renner. I'm like, because can you imagine if more athletes and the elite the elite of the elite were listening to this kind of message? I'm like, all the women that be chasing those caliber of men, oh man, they gonna lose their mind. Because they're gonna be over here like, damn, man, I can't figure this man out. It's like he one step ahead of me. I'm like, yeah, because he understands female nature now. And he know why you here, Marshawn Lynch. See, I told y'all, bro, I got bars, man. That's why I don't rap, man. Rapping too easy for real. Yeah, speaking of Steve Harvey, man, I heard, well, whatever happened to homie Dr. Rashad Ritchie with the Steve Harvey kit. Yeah, I was thinking about doing a reaction to that. I was thinking about it. I don't know. Bro, I don't know, man. I'm just kind of, bro, I don't know. Yeah, Howard, I think we're talking about two different elites, but okay. Whatever you say, man. I don't know, just the way you worded that, it sounded like you talking about a different kind of group of people. Um, yeah, yeah. She made him wait. Logan Paul of all people. As much as this guy been hooking up and sleeping around, and then you meet this chick who been doing 304 activity, and you gonna wait for her? Yeah, I did a video on that this morning, Leo. Yeah, I covered that this morning, man. I was a little shocked by it. I wasn't, as here's the thing, I wasn't really shocked that it happened. I was shocked at how fast it happened. I was like, damn, they just got married and just had a kid. Yeah, man, gotta protect yourselves, brothers. It's hard out here. It is tough. Oh man. All right. All right, you guys, man. I appreciate this. You check out. See, man. I want to thank Jamal Fowler, Luther Kincaid, Justin, and Bobby Wright for all the super chats. And shout out to Nathan, Frederick, and Jamal, who all sent in $10 each from the Cash Apps. Thank you, all my brothers. With a combined 10 Cash App and 10 on the super chat, Jamal Fowler again is the official sponsor of the show. Shout out to all my brethrens and my brethrens. Thank you, brothers. All right, so man, as of right now, like I said, you guys, next week I am going to try to get this show situated with remote work. If not next weekend and maybe the weekend after, definitely gonna try to get that in here in the next week or so. I need to reach out to Global Passport Crew about that because I want to get him and the brother on at the same time since it's basically all tied around the same topic. And I know you guys are really interested in that, and I think it's important for a lot of you guys that are in the chat and that are watching because a lot of you guys are probably like me, and you want to be able to move around. You want to be able to make your money, but move around the way you want to move around, so that way you can go where you want to go when you want to go. So I'm gonna try to do my best to get the get that together so where we can all find a day at the same time to get on here, so that way they can pass on their knowledge and information on to you guys. And other than that, we'll see what else happens. Because I know I had an interview or two in the future kind of lined up, but we'll see how things go, man. But if until then, just be on the lookout, on my community posts on my channel, you guys, so that way keeps you updated as far as live shows that are going to happen later on this week. And I usually post something up within 24 to 48 hours prior to going live. So, and as always, I do my 2 upload videos per day. So as always, be on the lookout for that as well. If you haven't hit the like button yet, please hit that like button on your way out, you guys. All right. Much love to you guys. Appreciate all the support. Yes, turn on all of the notifications, like, comment, subscribe, all that good jazz. Y'all know how we do. We out of here. Peace. And y'all know how we ride out, man. Let's get it, bro.
What?